Okay. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Meet the Mushroom. Today we're going to be talking about the Slimy Spike Mushroom, which is kind of an interesting one. I'm gonna be honest, this is my second time filming it because the audio was all messed up, and so I tried to fix it and it didn't work. Here we are doing it again. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Holly. I make mushroom art with the brand Susrooms that I created. I'm also an artist, so I painted this, and I'm also a calico critter lover, and so I have this little guy, little girl actually. But yeah, I've been collecting calico critters recently. If you would like to see any content from calico critters, I have been doing a couple art vlogs, so I'm just gonna put her back right here. At the end of this episode, I will be showing my exclusive mushroom collector's card that I made from this type of mushroom, as well as 4 different other stickers. You can get this entire set on my Etsy shop, and my printer's wanting to talk to me. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Before I really get started on what this mushroom actually looks like, I like to have a few fun facts. I was like, okay, why the frick is it called a slimy spike? For one, it has a weird, slippery, slimy top on the cap, which is kind of weird. But I was really curious on why it's called a spike. Why does it have that nickname? The Latin name, it kind of sounds like a Star Wars planet in my opinion. Gomphidius, glutinosus, and the family is Gomphidiaceae. Kind of Star Wars vibes, I think. But the reason why this one is actually called Slimy Spike is because whenever it is growing in the ground, it kind of looks like a spike. Like a railway spike, and that's where it got its name. It is also called the hideous Gomphidius, which is kind of mean. Why would you say that? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, look at it. Sorry, my guy, but that is kind of the nickname of this type of mushroom. For the other fun facts that I like to kind of list off, if this mushroom changes its color or glows, and this type of mushroom is pretty basic, it doesn't do either one of those. It doesn't really have a smell either, but there is a little bit of scientific discovery. It's mostly just like a name change. The mushroom was first described by German mycologist Jacob Christian Schaffer in 1774 as the name Agaricus gluteus. It was later given its current genus, the binomial name Gomphidius glutinosus, by Elias Mangus Fries in 1838. So the name changed. Pretty basic stuff. Does this mushroom have medical potential? Well, fun fact, this one is actually edible, but it doesn't really have medical potential to it. Yeah, so this one's kind of a lame one, but it does have cool facts. It's just not those facts. Now we're gonna get into what this mushroom actually looks like. So the cap, as we've already kind of described, has a weird slimy texture to it. It's a grayish brown color, and the stem is more of a like lemon yellow color, and it is usually stained black with little spots from the spores. Kind of interesting. Does this mushroom have gills or pores? Whenever we talked about the slippery jack mushroom, that one actually had pores, but this one has gills, which is why I kind of created this fun mushroom character to have a really cool look to it. I'll be sharing that at the very end of the episode. The gills are at first kind of whitish, and then as it matures, it becomes more of like a gray color. How big is this mushroom? So I have my handy dandy Freedom Units measuring tool. Because the cap has like a larger height to it, it kind of just extends the mushroom even taller. Not that it's a very big mushroom, honestly, from like this to this tall. So it's not a very big one. It's pretty teeny tiny. Just a little guy. Maybe that's why it's also called the slimy spike, is because it's as small as a spike would be. Okay, and maturity changes. For most mushrooms, I've kind of come across this standard idea that whenever a mushroom is a baby, it's usually very round, and then as it matures, it kind of flattens. And same with this one. It goes from this very round, tiny shape to more of a flatter shape as it matures. And this mushroom has no reaction whenever it is cut, so no bruising at all. Is this mushroom poisonous or edible? It is considered edible, and there are some precautions that you want to take before you can actually eat this one. You'll definitely want to get rid of the slimy texture that it has on top of it, but it is considered edible. Mostly you just need to take off the slimy outer side. The common misconceptions about this mushroom's safety, of course, proper identification is very crucial because there are dangerous lookalikes. Not that the slippery jack is really a dangerous one, but there are a lot of mushrooms that can be toxic that we're going to talk about that look very similar to this type of mushroom. A lot of people also can say that this mushroom is toxic due to the slimy texture, but as long as you wash it off and do the precautionary steps, this mushroom is considered edible. Now we're going to get into the dangerous lookalikes. The one that I've kind of been mentioning this whole time, its twin basically, the slippery jack. The cap color has a slimy texture to it, and it is more of a chestnut brown. The stem color is also more of a pale yellow color. This one has pores, and the pores are yellow. This one is not toxic, it is edible, and it has no reaction when it is cut at all. This one is relatively safe, but it does look very similar. Okay, mushroom number 2. This one is called the Conifer Roundhead. Whenever I do these lookalikes, I always look at the images before I just sort of Google what is in the family, because a lot of mushrooms can have the same family, but they look nothing alike. For this one, it has a brownish cap color to it, also slimy. It can almost be like more of a violet brown too, or reddish brown. The stem color is a white. It does have gills, and the gills are more like purplish, which is kind of interesting. More like a gray purple. And is this mushroom toxic? As we've kind of talked about with some of the other mushrooms in this series, this one is considered inedible. Now what that means is basically it's so gross tasting in the mouth that you can't like eat it at all, but it could potentially be toxic. Kind of unknown fact, just don't eat this one. And this one does have a reaction. It bruises blue when cut. Okay, and this third mushroom is kind of going in theme with fall, and I'm just so excited for some pumpkin spice anything. This one is called the late fall wax cap. Or this one can also be considered witch's hat type of mushroom, which I did not know anything about, but that was really cool. This one has an olive brownish color. It's got a very slimy texture. The stem color is yellow with some orange textures to it, and this one does have some gills. It has like more of like a buttery yellow that kind of turns more like orange as it matures. Is this one toxic? Yes it is. Yes it is. That's all I'm gonna say there, because we're not going into this one. If y'all want me to talk more about the witch's hat mushrooms, I could do a video on that. This was like very intriguing to me, just kind of how fairy rings with mushrooms are very intriguing as well, so I might do some separate videos. But let me know in the comments what you guys think and which mushrooms have as my star next. And lastly, this one does have a reaction. It bruises an orangish red whenever cut. But that is all for the dangerous lookalikes. Let's get into climate and ecological role. Where in the world is this mushroom found? This mushroom is found in North America and Europe. The type of environment that this mushroom loves is a conifer forest. So like conifer is more like pine forest. So that kind of makes this mushroom a mycorrhizal, which means that it loves trees. It basically takes the nutrients from the roots of the trees and kind of uses that to fuel itself, as opposed to sapraic, which really feeds on dead or decaying organisms. And lastly, is this mushroom considered rare? It is not. It's pretty abundant where you find it. Of course, it's going to be rare in places that it doesn't grow, but where it does grow, there's usually a lot of it. This one doesn't really sell for anything. It's mostly just like wild harvested. It's it either, so pretty basic mushroom. It is now that point in the episode where I'm going to be sharing a bunch of different images and it is your task to find the slimy spike mushroom. This is more of a game for if you're trying to learn the difference between what type of mushrooms are what, seeing some close lookalikes next to each other to kind of guess which ones are which. I did a video recently where I tested myself on all of the mushrooms that I've ever done videos of, and let me tell you, I didn't get all of them right. Kind of embarrassing. But yeah, just let me know like which ones you get right and which ones you got wrong, and good luck to you. Hi, welcome back. How many did you get right and how many did you get wrong? If I miss any information in this entire video, if I left out anything, please leave me a comment. I am a student, not really a professor, but now I'm going to show my art. Whenever it came to this type of mushroom, and as I was doing it, I was like, you know what, this type of mushroom looks like it has a very big hat on it. And so I kind of made it look like a cowboy. So here it is. So for this type of mushroom, I actually made this part right here kind of more of a mustache, because he just kind of looks like he's wearing like a really big cowboy hat. But I'm gonna read the qualities. I will just pop him up on the screen. Whenever I do these cards, I always put the Latin name and the family of the mushroom right below the actual name. He means well, but often comes with a snail-like trail. A bit awkward to talk to and often stumbles. Has impressive gills that he shows off like a hat. Often snoozes under a damp pile of spruce needles. Because Conifer's Conifer. And then for this one, I was kind of thinking his strength would be soak and his weakness would be dry heat. The HP is 55 and the PL is 40, so pretty basic mushroom whenever it comes to powers and stuff, basically like power level and health points. And then the power move for this type of mushroom is Sticky Trap, which I thought was so clever. Traps opponents with slime. And I've had people kind of reach out to me being like, is this a game? Like, why do they have powers and stuff? Well, I only have like maybe 10 cards right now, so I can't really make a game. It will be coming in the future, as well as some other really fun things. I do plan on like still having these cool little creations be something bigger. So although they're kind of small right now, I've been loving having my little mushroom club and doing as much as I can. But eventually it will become one big thing and it'll be so cool. But let me show you the stickers. So this was the actual one, the first one that I made, and I ended up making him the card. It has like a little cloud in the background because I was really going with like the cowboy aesthetic. Oh my gosh. This one, I kind of wanted to play along with like the slimy theme, and so I did like a puddle behind him and he's just kind of grumpy. And this guy, this is like what the actual kind of mushroom has, like a little bit of that yellow on the bottom. I tried to do some texture as well. I tried to incorporate the slime. And then the last one, I actually gave a little rope. which is so cute. Are you kidding me? It was so cute. And then like a little bit of slime coming off of him. If you're interested in having this set or any other ones, you can totally join my mushroom club. I basically send off a collector card, 4 stickers every single month to your door. I do ship internationally, and if you are a member, you also get exclusive access to all of my YouTube videos. Right now I am posting 1 a week, which is pretty good, and they're pretty long as well. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know whatever kind of mushroom I should make next. There's been some comments I've been getting on like, oh, this is like the rarest mushroom, you should do this one, you should do this type of mushroom, whatever. Like, I'm all game for it. It does take me quite a bit of research and time and a lot of effort to do all of this. I would love to do it. I've been posting these Meet the Mushroom episodes about once a month, just so the Mushroom Club members that I have will get the actual set that I've made the video of that month, which has been so fun. So I'm kind of reserving making multiple videos because that would be a lot of cards to make. But eventually I do plan on doing more with it. If you would like to watch any more of my Meet the Mushroom episodes, you can totally do that. I have an entire playlist. And honestly, if you're just trying to go for all of the quizzes, I would say that that is a cool idea as well. Or you can watch my other video on like me doing all the quizzes, which is kind of funny. If you would like to see any of my mushroom art that I have available, I think there's some literally right here. I have all of the previous mushroom collector cards, sticker sets, but I also have like some sus mushrooms. That's almost like my name or something, but I make mostly primarily mushroom art. So it's all on susrooms.com, or you can visit my Etsy shop, but all goes to the same place. If you would like to stay connected to me and see whatever shenanigans I am creating, you can follow me at Susrooms on Instagram, TikTok, or I also post on YouTube Shorts. Again, if you have any questions or any comments, leave me a comment. I would love to look at it. As always, I am Holly. I make mushroom art with the brand Susrooms, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!